Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play SOMA. In the last episode, we made it to Omicron, and we found a diving suit, a pressurized suit, that we'll be able to take down into the abyss. We need to scan ourselves, though, into the suit. Thankfully, there's a dead body in the suit already, which means, hopefully, the process will be flawless. We should get ourselves over there without any trouble, as it were. We've seen some sort of strange being inside this... I don't know what to call it even. Holding cell? Surgical room? Here, as well, briefly, who looked distorted and rather mutated. It spoke with us, although I cannot remember what exactly it had said at the time. We've seen that everyone in this facility also has had their black boxes, it looks like, detonate, which basically destroyed their heads, since it was standard issued / implanted into the people here within at least Omicron, if not throughout the facility. Interesting. Or Pathos 2. Alright, so we have a task to get 3 objects. Can we see what those are? I don't remember how to do it. Let's see. No. Okay. So, I believe we need to find... Oh, my goodness! We need to find... we need to move is what we need to do. So we're gonna move first before we do anything else. Alright, let's get out of this room. Oh no, viewer. Okay. Whatever that is, it's still here, and still potentially dangerous. Catherine will likely reach out to us as we begin finding the things. And we're not leaving Omicron. Not that there's any real reason for us to do so anyway. I think the thing inside the surgical room, unit, facility thing mentioned that we need to kill it. Whatever it is, we have yet to discover. Omicron is currently on lockdown. They're containment sections. I wonder what they were studying / containing. Well, before we go ahead and override the lockdown, let's explore the areas that are around here. Or can we? Can we not even do that? No, we can't. Alright, so then we have to... We have to override. Ever-moving lockdown. Stand by for diagnosis. Finding fault location. Fault located. F3 power room. Cause system overload. Launching rerouting utility. Listen to Me showed up on that very briefly. Okay. Oh, right. Someone had also gave us the pass key to get in. So something is trying to communicate with us. We need to stop it. So that's not going to work. We can't do that. Stop the WoW. Okay, so it's not the WoW that's talking with us. It must have been the thing we saw earlier, right? A different attempt, perhaps, by the WoW to recreate life, I'm guessing. I can see cabling inside of this. A mostly dead body, though, right? This is not some sort of android. So before our attempt to be made, I guess it was attempting to reconstruct or use the dead bodies if it found in Omicron? Find Tau, find Alpha, take the gel to Alpha. Into the Abyss. Take it to Alpha in the Abyss. The heart of Alpha. That must be the WoW, I'm guessing.
Strasky, are you there?
I hear you, Herbie. What's up?
Just wanted to check in. I have to go do something. I might not be around for a few days, okay?
Rally Herbert leaving the listening post? Must be important.
It is, Strask. It is.
Okay then. Stay safe.
Strasky really has no clue, does he? The listening post must have been the thing we were in earlier to gain access to Omicron. We had to solve a puzzle out there as well.
Omicron, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Everyone all right?
We will be as soon as we make friends with the power suits.
I'm sure you'll get used to it.
Look at that. Just wanted to check in before we pass the last working Lumar probe. Guys, any last words to Omicron? Don't forget to pick us up. You heard that, right?
Don't worry, we won't forget.
All right. Heading into radio silence.
Good luck, guys.
3 days later.
Tau, please respond. This is Rowley Herber calling from Omicron. Please respond, Tau.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Yeah, I get it.
So they're attempting to figure out what happened to the group that left. They couldn't find them at Tau, so they reach out to Fee next.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
And they weren't able to do that either. I was expecting to get something here. suppose, well, nothing in at least this room. Seems like a good place for one of the parts we need. The universal helper that we've seen. The little guy who had the... Oh, what's it called now? The torch, the cutting torch to get us into areas. And the other floating face we've seen around here. The robot. So they must have done some light work here? On the smaller machines. We haven't seen this worker yet, the A95 worker. Oh, maybe actually we have. This might be the other machine, the possessed machines we had seen a long time ago. The first hostile underwater entity that we encountered. Okay, I expected to find something useful in here, but there's nothing at least that we can take. Perhaps this area perhaps the only reason we had to come down here was to do the override, and now all the other rooms are open to us. Hopefully then everything we need is up in upper, because I don't see where else we need to go. Oh, actually, we unlocked the doors in Containment 1 in the midsection, too. Okay. No, these areas are still locked down. Oh, hold on. Was this active before? Ruffy. Jacob Halperin, an unusually sedated orange Ruffy found hovering outside Omicron substation. Had a remarkable bone growth that seemed to interfere with his perception. Brought inside to study it, but it stiffened and died in the process. During post-mortem study, the thing kicked back to life while being out of water. Kept swinging for a few minutes, so I returned it to an aquarium. It instantly started banging to the glass and bludgeoned itself to death before I could relocate it. Shelley, dead on arrival. Darby and Waldrick identified it as what was sabotaging a Lumar probe at about 900 meters depth. It's a 150 centimeter long rudderfish that looks like it has merged with some other kind of fish or shark. It's the freakiest form of mutation we've seen so far. It's clear that it's getting worse. Something is causing this, and I'm not buying the radioactive fallout nonsense that Overy can't shut up about. Oh! The WoW was experimenting, I suppose, on fish first. Johann Ross, dead on arrival. The dead man found on the climber this morning has been identified as Johann Ross, the AI psychologist working at Tau. I can't even begin to imagine what has happened down in the abyss, and frankly, I won't risk losing my staff by going down there to look. If the ARC team is alive, which I highly doubt, we'll have to find a way to give us a sign. We're not going down there again without good reason. Oh, wow. Fair enough, I suppose. But if you could have helped them, then and they were still alive, that sucks. We didn't miss anything down in the lower section. Okay, so the Haimatsu... Oh, it's this room that does it. I suppose this stopped working some time ago. Unless this is looking for, like, weaponry, but why? I highly doubt that's the case. This looks like, yeah, this looks like some sort of decontamination thing. I suppose we're super clean now? Someone else didn't make it either. So they were experimenting, it looks like, with the WoW's strange structure. This is the structure gel? Yep. There was a corporation here that was doing testing on the structure gel. Maybe this is where they were working on trying to improve it. Connectivity from Lisa Cameron. The structure gel has been charged and actually keeps going for a while, even when removed from a power source. If applied to circuits, it seems to help out with connectivity. 2 days later. It seems like it's not only connectivity, but even functionality. The gel can make simple machinery work and act more efficiently. However, the modifications that the WoW has made to the gel are full of extra information that doesn't necessarily make sense. When applied to something more complicated, it causes the gel to act as a cancer upon the host, eventually ruining it. We could use the gel to our advantage, but it needs to be uncalibrated to get rid of the bad code. Oh. Maybe the WoW doesn't realize there's some corruption inside the data it's spreading. A month and a half later. Apply gel to dead mouse. The gel caused the mouse to appear alive. It was put into the same habitat as a living mouse. The reanimated mouse was apathetic while the living one seemed stressed. After 15 minutes, the reanimated mouse attacked and killed the living mouse. Half an hour later, the reanimated mouse stopped moving. The corpse was solid as the gel had hardened within it. So effectively a bioweapon, it sounds like, is what the WoW had made in this instance. It killed something that resembled something a little like it. And then, that was it. The end of itself. 2 months later. Reanimated another mouse with structured gel. This time it was done with uncalibrated gels produced by Ames. The results were impressive. The thing appears catonic, but it's more of a sleepwalker. To avoid the thing hardening as before, electromagnetics are used to cause low electrical current within the animal. This has also provided us the ability to somewhat control it. Oh, I guess it just ran out of whatever life essence. Electromagnetic electrical leftovers were in the corpse? I wonder how... No, that doesn't make any sense. I wonder why it lasted only 15 minutes. It sounded like things need power for this to work before eventually it shuts down. Five months later, the structure gel remains unchanged on a fundamental level. It's still the same cross-linked gel with aligned graphene and polysaturated matrix that was installed throughout Pathos 2 a few years ago. The problem is not the gel, but its controller, the WoW. The gel has not taken on any new properties. The WoW simply uses it in ways that we would never even have dreamed of. Overwhelming evidence concludes that all deformed creatures, the fish, the sharks, and even the helpers, were manipulated by the WoW via structure gel. They have in some manner been exposed to charged gel and in turn stricken by cancerous growths that affect their whole being. It's difficult to ask why when talking about an AI, but it all started shortly after the comet killed the surface. I can't for sure say if it's bad code or a carefully programmed mercy killing, but it looks like it's not going to make things easier for us to survive. Effectively, the WoW's making... Well, no, we already know all this. We already know that the WoW is basically using this to try to recreate life in some way and make it feel like it is happy and content living in a spot, right? When we saw that when we were connected to this stuff very briefly back in Theta. Oh, we need a little more structure gel, I suppose, for us, don't we? We need to pour it in around the suit. Okay. Get uncalibrated temperature. Well, let's leave this here at the moment and see if we can get into this room. Circuit board. Right, we need one of these. A dead rat with a chip near it. The circuit board. I guess this used to be a way to interface with the WoW. I guess we can't actually reach out to the WoW or communicate it with it in any way. We don't need to bring this thing back to life. That'd probably be horrific for it. Well, no, right? Because we see the WoW will make it think it's not suffering. And I guess it doesn't actually suffer.
It came back to life. Or something like it.
Can we give it more gel? No, nothing else happens. Oh, we don't need this. I thought we did. And we don't need the mouse either. Do we need to pour the gel into a container? Oh, sure. I understand. Reminds me of the Beast virus a little bit from Homeworld Cataclysm. One vial of structure gel acquired. It might be something that is, like, maybe this thing isn't here. It might be something that we are imagining. Something, is inside our Cortex chip. And we're seeing something that isn't actually there. Okay, well, that was the biomechanical laboratory. One of them. Maybe whatever that is in here, but can't get out. Do you think Alpha is real? Does that mean there's a secret lab they were unaware of? Ross and the WoW confirmed the correlation between the overload systems and the corpse of Dr. Ross. I was able to shield off the corpse inside the glass jar for a couple of seconds and witness a massive drop in the readings. If we really have to keep Ross inside Omicron, I suggest finding a way to erect a permanent barrier to avoid severe system malfunctions. Oh! So it's like the leftovers of some sort of, like a residue of his corpse is there? What did Shodan call the ghosts? Defects in the all-grade unit or something of the sort? All the things I guess the WoW has been experimenting with. Must be fascinating to be able to study this sort of thing. There's not much else to do as the last of humanity, and I guess it gives you something interesting to actually pursue. Not that there'll be anyone who I suppose will be able to read what you find afterwards. But at least, once again, it's entertaining to try to figure out what's going on. Poor rats, starved to death. Maybe they're dead already, but they were inside these cages, so probably not. Poor things. Alright, well, nothing else here that I see that we can interact with. I'm going to guess that hopefully, hopefully their hydroponics effort to create food for themselves at least was going well, but this does not look very healthy. Hey, Buddha statue. Another recording device of some sort.
Hey, Andrea?
Yeah?
I was talking to Cameron about protein solubilization. Do you think we could break the aggregate and structure gel without flattening the configuration?
Jesus. That was a mouthful. You've been listening to Cameron, that's for sure. What do you want, Raleigh?
Can you blame me for trying to figure this out? I've been having the dreams too, you know. I don't know what to believe.
Oh, I know. Everything from the sudden signal amplification in black boxes to having a comatose Dr. Ross locked up in the glass jar. We've all been going a bit nuts.
Tell me about it. Feels like my head's about to explode. Hypothetically speaking, Could we stop the WoW from mutating?
It doesn't work like that.
Even if there was a Site Alpha?
Hypothetically speaking, I guess we could try. Rally, are you recording this?
Sorry. I just... Sorry.
Did we see an alpha on the site map? So those drawings down there and the notes, I guess, were also from Riley. She was working dispatch here. I thought they were actually from Mr. Johann Ross to us. That's interesting. That was blue. It turned red, I think, we walked up to it. I wonder where the corpse of Mr. Ross went, if it's not inside the containment. Incorrect floor selected. Check out the mess hall first. The attention to detail here is very nice. I like how the blood and viscera spread outward from this poor person. Undelivered reports. Number 1.
Johann Ross was found dead on the climber this morning. The ARC team went down a couple of days ago, but I see no reason to suspect them playing a part in his death. The climber can't be operated from the abyss, so there was a scheduled retrieval. The climber returned with only the lifeless body of Alpha member Johann Ross. No traces of the ARC team. Cameron, Eames, Lansky, all studying the body inside containment. I'll follow up with whatever they find. Delenda est.
Okay, so there are a handful of people here who are aware that Alpha exists and are keeping it secret from other workers here.
The WoW has been getting more aggressive, pushing all systems to their limits. Ironically, the dead Dr. Johann Ross would be the perfect person to ask why the WoW is making such a big buzz about his passing. After all, the WoW isn't supposed to want anything, and definitely not to mourn people. The system overload affects the staff considerably. Headaches, loss of sleep, unwarranted stress. And it seems to be getting worse. I could use some advice if you can get through. Delenda est. Things are out of hand. The staff looks like they're about to explode. Every other person walks around with nosebleeds, and the rest keep wiping stains of blood from their eyes to keep them from overflowing. That's to do with the WoW trying to free Ross somehow, for sure. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the body just got up and left. Rally Herber, our dispatcher, has been snooping around asking questions she shouldn't. She says she's going down into the abyss to find Alpha. I can't bring myself to stop her.
Without more information, viewer, I don't want to say anything else until I think we discover a little more. There's quite a few healing ports around here. We haven't taken any damage. And we shouldn't just use drugs because we can. You know, I'm going to suppose that something is helping Simon, like some sort of WoW gifted information, to know what it is that he's looking for. So I might have taken a few things that I thought were useful and are not. Uh-oh. The game just auto-saved, everybody. That's pretty nightmarish. Seems to react to sound. But maybe not, maybe you have to aggravate it multiple times for it to be angry at us. Thankfully, there's a limit to where it can hear. I assume we need that box we see on the wall there. Actually, it must sense us, since it doesn't do that strange pulse if we're not close enough. Seems like it's crying to me. Poor thing. Although maybe it was designed for defense, so it's like an alarm system, maybe. I'm basing it solely on the fact it has some sort of like pincer-like claw. I hadn't even noticed this one. How about that? Oh able to turn this thing off. That's two of the things we need. I'm going to assume that Mr. Ross wants us to destroy the WoW. Which would mean going to, if what some of the crew here knows means going to Alpha. But that's not en route to, or maybe it is en route to, Fee. Oh, man. Everyone died at the same time. Probably searing pain, and it was over in just a few seconds. Uh-oh. There was a creature here, viewer, and now it's not. I'm gonna check back downstairs one more time. I find it hard to believe that there was nothing down here. We searched all the lockers, I think, didn't we? I'm sure we did. But Tim, you should double check just to be safe. Oh my god. Wow, how did I miss this obvious computer here? How? Okay. Vortex chip. Let's get it. It has comms. That's not good for us. Oh, we have 3 beams, and we've got 3 things I guess we have to turn on. Is that... Oh, I think they have to go down here, though. Isn't that just this, then? This makes you wonder what else I've missed, viewer. Alright guys, I think we should stop here. It feels like we've been playing for about an hour. When we come back, we'll get back to the suit, and we'll go ahead and see if we can get ourselves scanned into it. I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone.